The Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent.
We have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well,
I'll
give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
The Republican Party is flipping out on Donald Trump right now because he claims America, the American people, they don't have enough talent. They don't have enough talent to work these simple jobs. They have to bring in foreign people to work in these manufacturing jobs.
We have some big news right now. A rift is emerging this evening between MAGA and Trump, as MAGA is not happy after Donald Trump, during a Laura Ingraham interview, said that America essentially doesn't have enough talented people for highly skilled jobs and is therefore embracing the H-1B visa program, which brings in foreigners to work highly skilled labor in the United States. And Laura Ingraham asks, well, we don't need folks from abroad. We have talented people here in the United States. And he goes, we don't have talented people. And she was kind of taken aback. She was shocked. She was like, what do you mean we don't have any talented people? He went on to explain the fact that we need people who can make batteries and stuff, and Americans simply are just not talented enough to do that. And well, that's actually upset a lot of folks on the right because a lot of them don't want H-1B visas granted freely. They want to make it harder to have a job in the United States of America, not easier for foreigners. And it's creating this rift between Donald Trump, who's calling Americans untalented, and his supporters who don't want him to bring in folks from abroad.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So a lot of MAGA supporters are really angry right now with Trump because of the H-1B visa, which he promised them that he was going to, you know what happened recently, right? So a lot of them were super excited that this whole H-1B visa is out, job is coming back to the Americans, these people will stop getting those jobs and the jobs will just be there. But somehow he said they do not have enough hands to take charge of this whole thing, that like enough talent in the US, so they depend on this H-1B visa and they need to bring people in, okay? Which MAGA do not want, and a lot of them are really freaking out and also calling him out and like, this wasn't why we voted for you. Well, I'm going to let the rest of the videos roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Please consider subscribing. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and credit to all creators on this video. Let's go watch.
You can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent.
We have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't.
So not even a year into the Trump administration, and we have to lecture him and remind him of what he campaigned on. This is not what he campaigned on. This is not America first at all. 600,000 Chinese students in our colleges, that's his plan. Not Biden's, not the liberals, that's his plan. That's their plan. Adding and speeding up the H-1B visa process, that's Trump's plan now. But that is certainly not what he campaigned on. Certainly not. He campaigned on getting illegal immigrants out of this country, and I know these H-1B visas and Chinese students are going to be legal immigrants, but it doesn't matter. It takes away opportunity and jobs from American citizens, and that is certainly not America first, and that is certainly not what I voted for. And he is just dividing the MAGA base even more and more as the days roll on because of the Israel issue and because of the immigrants issue. But that certainly doesn't mean I'd rather have President Kamala Harris. Let's get that straight. President Trump has done some good. He's done a lot of good, but he's done a lot of bad and a lot of 180, 360 spins on what he campaigned on. And it's really dividing the MAGA base. I don't know if I support President Trump anymore, to be honest. And I've always been an independent. But obviously, Trump was the right choice over Kamala Harris. I mean, let's get that straight, right? But what I don't understand is why every single politician is corrupted and compromised and can never get anything serious done for the American people. And he wants to deny that there's talented people in America? Like, what is he doing? Who is this man? Who is Trump? I don't even know anymore. Because he's certainly not the person I voted for, and certainly not the person that he campaigned to be.
Yesterday, Trump said he has to bring in H-1B visa people because Americans are not smart enough to do the job. That's not common sense. That's not why we voted for you. We're America first. I understand there might be pressures coming at you from all directions because you have all these people that are telling you they're going to bring billions in, not trillions, but they want to bring their people. Americans are smart enough to do the job. We've been begging for it. In a job market that we're in, the common sense thing to do is to give the jobs to the American people. There's things that if I don't agree with, that's okay. I don't agree with what he said. I didn't agree with the 50-year mortgage loan. It's probably not going to happen. I don't agree with a 15-year car loan, which was fake news. Is not going to happen. And we don't agree with other countries being first. And I think that might be changing because we've applied enough pressure for the administration to understand that it's America first, not the blue and white first. But that comment made yesterday, there wasn't nothing smart about it. There was no common sense about it. It didn't make any sense. And it should have never been made. My opinion. You gave ammunition to the other side. Let's see if the other side's smart enough to figure it out.
Now, why is MAGA mad with Donald Trump right now? Well, let's talk about it. It all goes back to those H-1B visas. Now, remember a couple of months ago, Donald Trump said, we don't need H-1B visas, right? Because remember, they raided the plant in Georgia, right? So, the Hyundai plant. So, he said, we don't need H-1B visa workers because we have workers here that can do these jobs. Fast forward to now, Trump is changing his tune again. Now, Trump says we need H-1B visas in America. Why? Because we can't find the talent here. That's what he said. And quiet as kept, I agree with him. There's no way you're going to find that type of talent in that knuckle-dragging world of MAGA. It's impossible. It will require education. MAGA thinks education is woke, so it's no damn way they're going to qualify for high-skilled jobs like that. And quiet as kept, I ain't surprised, because the same people who thought 5G towers were mind control machines, they're not going to be qualified for high-skilled tech jobs. If America were a toolbox, right, H-1B visa holders would be like the precision instruments in there. And MAGA would be like that rusty butter knife you use to open paint cans. You know, it's there, but it's not built for the job. You get me? So they're mad, but Trump did not lie. He just reminded them that made in America doesn't mean qualified in America. And deep down, these people know they're not qualified. They just don't like hearing the truth from a man that they built a shrine for.
MAGA is not happy at all. MAGA does not want to hear this story that you guys are saying. This is not what MAGA wants to hear. MAGA wants to hear that they have taken over all the jobs, no immigrants at all. They do not want to hear that it's going to be an immigrant or anything. Okay, MAGA just wants all immigrants gone. Now, their principal, that daddy is kind of now, opening ways for more immigrants to come in through the H-1B visa and saying that, they do not have more talented people in America, and talked about the battery, just to kind of wave it off. People always was talking about it that if you send away all these people, who is going to do those jobs? But MAGA do not want to ever hear anything that has to do with that. Even when people try to educate them that they need this talent, to stay back there for some of those things that you guys cannot do yourself, these immigrants can do it. But MAGA will always be MAGA. They do not want to have anything to do with immigrants. They just want to live by themselves, alone, in that country. And now that he has said this, MAGA is not happy about it, and that's why you're having a lot of them now saying, no, that's not why we voted for you. We voted for you to send these whole guys away, and now you're bringing them in and talking about how there's no talented people to take on these jobs. I think you shouldn't have used that word, really. Maybe you should have just looked for a more refined word other than talented people. Okay, maybe people who are, I don't know. I just think there should be a better word to use, okay? But MAGA is actually not happy. But let's just keep watching and keep supporting MAGA, of course. That's what we're here for.
So Donald Trump and his army of MAGA supporters rage against immigrants and complain endlessly that they are taking American jobs. Yet, here's the orange tyrant requesting to hire a record number of immigrants. That's right, the the America First president needs cheap labor for his properties. He filed to bring in workers using the H-2A and H-2B visa programs. He needed temp workers to work at Mar-a-Lago, 2 of his golf courses, and Trump Vineyard. Trump did a goddamn 360 on his stance on immigration. And now he says we have to bring these people in because we don't have talent here. So what technically advanced jobs did he bring in people to work at his properties for? Well, servers, farmers, kitchen staff. And whoa, brace yourselves now, housekeepers. Here's the fucking bottom line. These billionaires refuse to pay living wages, and they will import labor so they don't have to. Immigrants aren't taking your jobs. Trump is giving them away.
Trump said H-1Bs are more qualified than unemployed Americans.
What happened?
Trump was asked how he plans to raise wages for American workers when he's flooding the country with hundreds of thousands of H-1B foreign workers. Trump said we have to bring in talent and that we don't have enough talented people in America. So then Trump was asked about the talented people we do have here and if we can give those jobs to them. But Trump said that H-1Bs have certain talents Americans can't learn, like engineering batteries.
Isn't the point of all of this to bring more jobs to America?
Trump said you can't take people from an unemployment line and teach people how to make missiles. It's better to have H-1Bs do it because they're more qualified than unemployed Americans are unqualified.
But he told them not to go to college. Now he's telling them they're underqualified and can't be trained.
Well, H-1Bs get paid about 30% lower than Americans. So why wouldn't a billionaire pay them less to do the same job? Because H-1Bs are usually desperate for work, billionaires feel like they can control them easier, so it's a win for them.
So what was the point in ICE terrorizing American cities if he was going to fly in immigrants
You
anyway?
act like this entire thing was more about controlling power and enriching billionaires than actually helping struggling Americans.
Well, isn't that what...
Nah, I'm really surprised because these were the same people that was really against the H-1B visa. Before now, they never liked it. They keep talking about the people that created it in the first place. And all of a sudden now, they are bringing back the H-1B visa. Like, you know, like they took it away. In fact, they made the $100,000 for anybody who is planning to bring in any worker from outside. Does that mean that these South Korea guys will be paying $100,000 per person? I doubt, because he said they need these people. You know how he was saying that companies will be doing that because they need us. They need it. But now they are the ones that say they need these people because they have less talented people to occupy these roles in America. And he talked about batteries, like batteries. Yeah, batteries. And now MAGA is actually not super excited about this news because MAGA do not want anything to do with immigrants. Like, we already know, clock it. We already know they don't want to have anything to do with these people. So definitely MAGA is not excited about it. And a lot of their videos have been online, them getting upset about the whole H-1B visa and talking about how he shouldn't have, done whatever, and this is not what they voted for. Some of them in some comments I see keep saying this is actually what we voted for him to bring in people legally, not illegally, while you have other people who say we don't even want these people at all. We want our jobs, America first, make it America first, but somehow he's prioritizing other countries first before prioritizing us, and that is not what MAGA wants. MAGA wants him to bring in more, manufacturing companies like he promised during the campaign period. And now that it's, I don't know, it's not like these companies, they're coming to invest. Yes, South Korea has been there. You guys remember the woman who called ICE on those workers and they had to take them back? Yeah. And now I think he traveled, I don't know, but now I think they're planning to come back or something like that. They need to come, okay, and work in that battery, manufacturing company while other people learn. You don't expect to learn how to make battery in 1 year, I guess. So while they are working, you guys can start learning. I guess that's the whole point of the whole thing, and talking about how people are not really talented. That was one word that threw me off balance. And I just keep wondering, like, why would he say that people in America are not talented for those jobs? Anyway, let's take a look at the comment section. So someone said, this guy literally insults his supporters and they stay on their knees for him. Oh, God. Anyway, President Trump, I voted for you. I adored you. I disagree with you on this matter. MAGA speaking. Americans do have talent. we haven't had the opportunity to show our talent because there are actually a lot of people who are unemployed. Now, you saying that they are not talented, meaning that all these people that are unemployed, the reason why they are unemployed is because they are untalented. Is that what he's trying to say? Because I really don't get it. Okay, so someone replied and said, you are not talented and you are not smart. So he's talking the truth because you know that he was what, and you voted for him because he did not want a black woman in the office. So someone say college is a scam. Also, we don't have talented people here. Wow. I have never had a president speak so poorly about American workers. Shame. Okay, he's at least partly right on once. For instance, we need healthcare professionals and we aren't producing enough of them. Okay, anyway, someone else said billionaires have told Trump they need the workers. So Trump, as the good little child, is now gonna support that. Anyway, like, people are not really happy about this whole thing. Okay, someone else said our tech graduates can't find job because the jobs keep getting taken by H-1B visa holders. The minute they get in US, they apply for permanent resident status, so they never leave. Not like they work and just go after their visa expires. Okay, she adds with, how did we do it before when you and I were growing up? He has no idea because he never did a damn thing. So someone else went ahead and said, so he think Americans are incapable of starting jobs in America. He really is the worst president in history. MAGAs are not happy. Okay, this one said, lower the cost of college, wipe our student loan debt, so us as Americans can get educated, get good jobs, and take care of our families. We are not investing into our own people. That's right. Okay, this one said these visas are just a way to dump the labor market with cheap labor. Nothing to do with a smart or something. Okay, anyway, his admin in court, since that's who's reported the South Korea to ICE, this man will never take responsibility for his decision. Why did he say you don't when she was referring to our country instead of saying no, we don't? He said it twice. This type of speaking really gets under my skin. Oh my God, someone else actually said, they are doing everything to stop us from going to college. Make it make sense, okay? Anyway, the way he's actually making so much sense, but he's unleashed a can of worms that will never accept this policy. Well, it's cheaper to import talent someone else paid to educate rather than educate the US workforce. That's always how they have operated since Reaganomics. Okay, why does he keep saying you? No, you don't. No, you don't. Instead of we. Isn't this supposed to be pro-America? Why is he saying it like it isn't part of the USA? He's actually part of his part, okay? Sorry, baby. So Trump actually being semi-right and arguing against Fox, okay? Did I wake up in an alternative reality? I hear him, but perhaps this is a middle ground on the importance of accessible education. He's not wrong, and it's because education access, I mean literacy rates alone, are atrocious in the US for such a rich country. Anyway, guys, I'm just going to end it here. Let me know what you all think in the comment. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. See you all on my next video. Bye, guys.